Oh, hi, they're done. I'll be done in a sec. Cheers, thank you, bye. Just sit there.
Thank you.
Do you want anything before we start, or?
Just water, please.
Yeah, of course. 1 second. There you go.
Alright, thank you.
No worries.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Just get myself organised.
This is the first one you're doing today, or?
No.
Oh, wow.
I was meant to have 2 this morning, but
Oh,
someone
wow.
dropped out, so
Oh, okay.
I only had 1. Meant to do 5 today.
Oh, wow. So how long is this going on for?
So I'll tell you they're doing the testing on this session. So yeah, okay, well I'll give you a bit of a rundown about what we're doing today. Which was wonderful. Well done. Okay, well thank you for coming in today. Like
That's
I said,
okay.
my name's Sophia and I'm going to be running this session with you today.
Nice to meet you.
So just a bit about what we're going to be looking at and what we're going to be doing.
Okay.
So this session is going to run for about 60 minutes, so
Right.
we'll be done by 1:30. So Yes, I'm a UX researcher here at Onmo. I don't know how much you've heard about Onmo or how much you know about UX design. So Onmo is a credit card provider. We also have like an e-money account, and we're looking to kind of move into kind of other financial products.
Okay.
And our kind of ethos is all about kind of no nonsense, really clear financial products.
Right.
So
Okay.
there's no kind of jargon used out, making it really simple for people to have kind of financial freedom.
Right. Okay. Good.
And what I do is I basically test the apps and the product that we offer customers to make sure that we are offering things that make sense to people, and it's not like we don't launch a product into the market that no one understands.
Makes sense.
So this is what we do, like
Okay.
testing today.
All right. Cool.
So what we're going to be looking at today is I've got a couple of questions just to get to know you a bit better, a bit about kind of your spending habits, etc. And then we're going to look at some things on the app.
Right. Okay.
So we've gone through a bit of a new rebrand, kind of new colours, a new app, etc. So that's what we're going to be testing today. Some stuff's still in development, so like if something doesn't work or the copy seems a bit off,
Yeah.
that'll be why.
Okay.
But if you click on something and nothing happens, it doesn't mean you've done anything wrong. Just let me know what you'd expect to happen.
All right then. Cool.
As you go through the app today, if you could speak out loud, that's a little bit like talking to yourself, but just kind of like what's running through your head, what you're thinking, feeling, both positives, negatives, all really helpful. It's going to basically help us understand, because we're not testing the app, we're not testing you, so we're testing the app.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all really helpful, and like
Okay.
I didn't design it, so like no one's getting touchy about anything. So
All right then. That's cool.
yeah, all very chilled. Free to end sessions at any time if you wish, and or take a break or anything, just let me know.
All right. Cool.
Some people are observing, one other person. That's what this is all kind of set up for, but don't need to worry about them. I'll also be jotting down notes just as we go throughout, but
That's fine.
Yeah. I just need you to sign the consent form, which is over here. So sorry, I can't move my laptop around because it's all picked up. So if you just want to enter your address and your email address in those boxes, and then and then you can sign it down at the bottom. So you put your email address in that one. There. And then if you hit start, and then it'll take you down and just need to sign in. Yeah, all good?
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
No worries. Do you want a copy of that? Send your email?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna double check everything is working okay. That's fine. One second, why is that not? Okay, yeah, we should be fine. Sorry, technology never allows me to work, so I'm just checking that it's working. Yeah, golden. Fab. Okay. So, like I said, just a couple of questions about yourself really to get started. Okay, cool. Could you tell me who you currently hold credit cards with?
So I've got with Halifax, I've got NatWest, and NatWest and Halifax. I've got Capital One as well, but I don't really use it.
Okay. So why did you select these?
So with the NatWest, just because at the time I was looking for credit card, they had the best offer.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then with Halifax, Halifax is my main account. So I just thought, and at the time as well, I think maybe it was no interest for about 6 months or whatever on purchase. I can't remember because it's been ages now. And Capital One is just, I had that when I was very young, and I just kind of kept it like that, but I hardly use it.
Okay. What's your kind of understanding of how having a credit card affects you financially?
So with credit cards, I use that to pay for things that has got a potential risk. So like traveling, because obviously I've got a health condition, so sometimes I might book a holiday with a family and stuff, but then I'm not able to go because I'm not well, and then you have to cancel it. So we've lost money a few times, and I think the best thing to do would be to go with a credit card, because obviously the credit card guarantee does cover it, and also it's just safer as well. So just in case, because there's been instances where you're looking for a cheap ticket, but then you've gone online, you realise that they've been defrauded and stuff like that. It literally happened to my friend the other week as well. But with credit card, you know your credit card is covered. You get a credit card covered guarantee. So, and I just use it to do little things sometimes as well, buy petrol, pay for like Amazon Prime and stuff like that.
And what's your understanding of kind of credit score and benefits of having a?
So with the credit score, so obviously if you have a good credit score, so you get more a cheap, a lesser APR, possibly lesser interest rate as well, and also other financial institute, it gives them that confidence that they can actually lend you money, knowing that you're able to repay them back on time as well.
Okay. So do you currently have any insurance products?
Yeah, I've got insurance. Minus the car insurance, I've got insurance on my appliances.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've got insurance. I've got life insurance.
You have life insurance.
Yeah, so I've got insurance on some business as well, because you have a family business, so you have a bit of business as well. So now I've got insurance back in Nigeria as well, on properties and things that we own as a family back in Nigeria as well.
Okay. So your life insurance, that's what I'm kind of curious about. Do you know who you hold it with, and how did you purchase it?
No, so I done it with post office.
The post office?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. How did you find that experience?
It was pretty straightforward. So I just, because I'm always there posting stuff anyway. So I went in. There's a gentleman that I speak to all the time. We have a little conversation, and then he said, "How old am I?" and stuff like that. So at the time, I think I must have been like maybe 34. So I was like 34, so because I've got children. I said, "Yeah, I've got family." So the funniest thing was, I think a couple of days prior to that, I was actually doing research. There's this guy that I follow on Instagram, and he was talking about research and how you can have a trust and stuff like that, so just for your kids and just sort of to build a generational wealth. So I was actually looking into it, but as things always work out, so I got there and the guy got talking about having life insurance. So he gave me a leaflet, so I went home, looked at it, and contacted the number that was on there, and then just kind of set it up from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how would you feel taking out a life insurance policy through your credit card or your bank?
To be honest, I think maybe a lot of people that are not aware of it, they probably would do, because and that gives assurance as well. Because after time when you look online, there's so many other life insurance company, and I just feel like now you lost scammers and stuff like that. But I think if it comes from your bank or your credit card company, and I think there's a bit more of assurance there. You feel comfortable and probably have that confidence to say, okay, you know what, I'll take it out with them because you know they've got your details and everything else.
Okay. And how much would you expect to pay for life insurance, like rough estimate?
So I think it would depend. But the things that I've seen online, then again, some of them say is as more as little as £5 or whatever. But then by the time you give them a call and everything's all been added to and stuff like that, so some of them are actually around like maybe 25 to like £30, £50, and so on and so forth. But it all depends really on how much you want paid out, just in case anything happened. But ideally, I'd say average would be maybe about £25 to 30.
And how would you feel if you were offered this for 15 through your bank?
Personally, I like to just dip a bit deeper and ask questions just to see why maybe it's a bit much cheaper than what the average is. But I think it would be. I wouldn't really question it, but at the same time, I'll probably just be wondering why it's a bit cheaper than 20.
Okay. And how would you feel about using a broker for this? So say you contacted your credit card, they offered life insurance, and you were directed to a broker. How would you feel about that?
I feel like sometimes you need to let the expert just, be the one to break things down for you and find you the best deal as well. And things that everyone is kind of busy nowadays as well. So I think the ability to find the best deal might be a bit restricted, but if you get a broker involved, obviously they're going to want to give you the best deal while they're trying to make some profit or whatever from it as well. So
Okay. Okay, perfect. We're going to look at this. Get this open. We're going to look at some card design. So like I said, we've kind of been going through a bit of a brand refresh. So there's two variations of our credit and debit cards.
yeah.
If you can swipe across the screen, you'll be able to view. Should be, there you go.
Okay.
So yeah, have a flick through of the two versions. Let me know your thoughts, kind of where your preference is.
Well, personally, I like colours, and I think this just reminds me of Capital One, So, I think looking at this other one, this design B, it kind of reminds me of Tide, but not necessarily because I think Tide is more like blue. So, I probably will go for the bottom one, that one there.
Okay, so that's your overall preference. What about between the kind of two, obviously, both credit and debit? So.
Right, so both credit and debit. So this is debit and that's credit. Yeah, I'll go for the design B for both.
Design B,
yeah.
okay, so.
For both.
But the debit purple is your overall preference.
Yeah, so and I think with the purple colour it's a bit subtle, it's a bit friendly, I think when you look at the black one, it sort of makes it feel like they've got like 29.9 APR or something, but with this one there it looks a bit more friendly, it's sort of like a nectar card as well, sort of thing. So you probably will feel a bit relaxed and want to go for it, as opposed to this black one that just makes it feel like, the APR might be like 30 or something.
What makes you say that about the black card?
Because when you look at Capital One, and I think back in the days most cars used to come in black as well, and then you expected it to have some sort of like 29 point something APR. And I remember when they used to send cards like Vanquest and all those cards, they have an IAPR. So looking at it, you just feel like, it might be something with some IAPR. But this other one looks a bit more friendlier, when you look at all the loyalty clubs, cards and stuff, they're like blue, purple, and things like that.
Okay, so if we just one other, so can you tell me what you think's happening here? What do you think of this design?
I like the off-white, so I like that one. I don't think I've seen any card that's like a design like that that's got that colour, so I like that. It's a bit different. It doesn't actually look like a credit card, It usually looks standard. I like the design as well. It's not common as well. So now, and I think it looks cool, and it'll stand out in your wallet as well. You know, just having there. If I can recollect, I don't think I've seen any cards, anything like that. That's the off-whitish colour.
Okay, so which one's credit, which one's debit?
I think the top one is credit, and I think the bottom one will be a debit card.
Why do you say that?
Because like I said, I think most credit cards comes black anyway. Yeah, I mean, most of them do.
Okay. Can you make out the words on the cards?
Yeah, I can. I think that's and.
So if I told you it said credit.
Really?
Okay.
Oh yeah, so that's C and then that's D, isn't it? Okay, that's different. It looks cool. I think it's cool anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, fab. So we're gonna look just at the app now. Decided to crash. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're going to look at the new Onmo app, like I said previously. So I'd like you to imagine that you applied for your Onmo credit card a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
You've been using it for some time now, making everyday transactions, just going about your business really.
Yeah.
So you log in to the app to view your account. So look around the account, talk me through the page, kind of explore the different elements. Just tell me what you're kind of thinking and feeling as throughout.
All right. So automatically I'd expect to see the balance on my credit card anyway, and available credit as well.
So can you tell me a bit about those numbers? What do they mean to you?
So the available credit is how much I got left to spend. My balance was actually overall that's on the card as well. So in this case, obviously, I spent quite a bit. So in regards to the transaction, I would expect to see all of this stuff anyway. With credit, and obviously, I'm sure it probably will tell me when I go into my statement, be able to download it. I'll expect to see my next payment date. Let's see if I go into Insight. So I'll expect to see my next payment date in there. So just for a reminder, so just in case, but I can't see it.
Where do you think you would view information like that?
Probably just somewhere underneath the balance.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere there. So in regards to the transaction, and I expect that to be there. I'll expect maybe it's just sometimes if I can tap in,
yeah,
you know, just I can see it, maybe just the breakdown on what day or whatever. So,
sorry, I'm just going to turn something off. Sorry, the hotspot just because I restarted the app. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, continue. So you would expect the tap, is there anywhere else?
So if I tap on that, just a little breakdown or whatever. So is it just the credit or with the debit as well?
How would you access your debit card?
Oh, I just flip the card to the side. So yeah, that's fine. So that's my balance. So if I've got maybe overdraft on the debit or whatever, I like to see that on there. So just in case if you guys do offer that, so I like to see it. Tap in. Okay.
What would you expect to happen if you tap there?
So maybe if I tap in, if I've got maybe a savings underneath it, to be able to open that up. You know, maybe I might want to just have another savings. Maybe I don't want to put money away or whatever. So I like to be able to just maybe have that. Not just maybe spending. You know, maybe I want to save or whatever. Yeah, so in transaction, that's fine. and I like to see my outgoings as well. So 'cause all I can see is the incoming payment, and obviously, but money that's been spent. If I've got maybe a payment coming in, I like to see maybe pending. You know, just pending payments. I like to have a search button as well where I can search for outgoings and incoming payments.
So if you go back to look at the transactions on your on your credit card, sorry, and you want to you want to see all the transactions on your debit card, on your credit card, sorry.
Yeah,
sorry,
on my credit card.
yeah.
So manage that. So management. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Statement. That's your statement. Now I think with the credit card, obviously, because personally, you know, like I said, I set up standing order for certain payments on my credit card, and then I use it to book holidays and stuff. But so I would just expect all of that to be on there. I wouldn't really want much details because it's just a one-off. You know, unlike the maybe debit, where maybe if I quickly go into shops, I want more breakdowns and stuff like that. Personally, I think this is fine in terms of the. But like I said, the only thing I was missing is probably just to get a reminder. You know.
So did you see the credit breakdown on the accounts page?
The credit break. What do you mean? The recent transactions and the insight.
So the credit breakdown button. Where do you think you could find that? If you scroll down. There we go. You should be able to go back. At the top.
Credit breakdown. Oh, that. Oh no, I didn't see it.
So what's your understanding of this?
Just showing how much I've spent, interest, repayment plan. So it's just more of just a breakdown of my credit limit, the minimum payment. But yeah, that's the thing. If I haven't tapped into that, I wouldn't see it. But I feel like, well, personally, I prefer this last part there is at the front. So just to make it easier for me. You know, I suppose, because I don't think I want to go in there to like constantly check. But it all depends on the individual. If it's someone that uses a credit card after time, so they might want to go in there. But someone like myself, like I said, when I use it to pay for holidays and stuff, when I pay in full. So I just want to be reminded when I need to make a payment, so just in case. So with my Halifax, I set up a standard payment anyway. But with my NatWest, when I use it, I just go in and then put the money back in there.
So you want to see more of a kind of upfront payment?
Yeah, so I prefer that to be on the main page, so just in case. You know, and there's not all the time that, you know, I'll go in there. So with my debit account, I go in there daily. But with my credit cards, I don't. So, but whenever I go in there, so just in case I might have spent something, I want to be able to, do you know what? I need to make the payment in 2 days. Yeah. But then again, I like the fact that it's not so crowded. So it's very simple as well. You know, so, and then with the option of this credit breakdown, so then if you want to now go into it, then, and I like the fact that it kind of opens up as opposed to now going into another page. So I like that. So it's still on the same page, it's just more like it's just wider now. So yeah, I like that. Yeah, so I like that.
Okay. So you went into insights. So what do you think's happening here?
It's just more of just categorizing what you spend your money on, which I think is essential, because after time we spend our money, but we can't figure out what we spent it on. And also, I think it kind of helps in terms of how to manage your money as well. So going into it now, so online purchase £620, probably thinking, wow, so that's where majority of my money is going. So that can help to say, okay, you know what, maybe next month I'll spend less, like maybe 500 or 400. So I think that kind of help in terms of if you want to manage your money and stuff like that.
Okay. And what's your understanding of the kind of different sizes of the boxes?
How do you mean?
So if you go back into the slides, so the way that obviously some boxes are bigger than others. What's your understanding?
Oh yeah, so it's just basically just that, like I said, you spend so much, you know. So the more you spend, the bigger the box. So obviously, 620 is the biggest spender, and then the entertainment and the subscription. So the smallest, the entertainment, which is £32.50. So and that's monthly. So obviously, if we go into weekly, you'll probably get a different breakdown as well. So yeah, so just saying there's a cash withdrawal at the ATM for 120, and obviously payment to subscription this week is 200. And I think if you got into all time, that probably tells you maybe it's 6 months or a year.
What would you expect to see in all time?
I'd expect to just have the option to be able to choose from what time to what time. So, because I wouldn't want to see, since I've owned the bank account, that's probably going to give me a heart attack. So probably just, you know, be able to go in there, maybe do 6 months and do 2 years or 3 years or whatever.
Okay. Fab. So we are going to have a look at something a bit different. And we'll just get this up here. Okay. So I'd like you to imagine that you receive an email from Onmo asking to ensure your credit limit preferences are set.
Mm-hmm.
So you log on to your Onmo app and you see the following.
Right.
Before we look at what's on the screen, what's your understanding of credit limit increases today?
So it's just an option to increase your credit. So let's say maybe you're on 500, so they'll contact you from time to time, depending how effective you're able to manage your credit. So they want to increase it maybe to 500 or 600. And sometimes I think when you do that, it kind of helps as well in terms of your credit rating. You know, it shows that you're able to manage your money and you're able to pay on time as well.
Okay. Okay, so what's this notification telling you?
Yeah, so it's just more like rather than them go in there and just increase their credit directly, so they give you an option whether you want to decline it or maybe so it goes please inform us your preferred method for receiving money. So it's just more like, you know, maybe you prefer letters, whether you prefer someone to give you a call or you prefer email just to notify you that okay, this is what's gonna happen, or these are the new product or services that they're gonna offer you. So, and I guess if you go in there, you should get more details. So yeah, so ask me first, don't send me credit limit increase. So yeah, so I like that. You know, with my sister, she doesn't really like credit. So I think my sister will probably go for don't send me credit limit increase. You know, so and I like this because after time we feel like everything has been taken away from us. You know, day after day is like there's less opportunity for people to choose and do what they want. So I like that, the fact that, you know, so some people don't mind credit from time to time. Someone like myself, I probably will go for the middle one, so ask me first.
So what do you think all these different options mean? Can you talk me through them?
I just personally, you know, I think it still gives us that ability to choose, to give it that freedom, which most people would prefer.
So what do you think each option will mean for you? Like,
so to automatically apply the increase, you know, I just think that takes you out of having to be worrying about or thinking about it, you know, and just takes off the having to now pick up the phone and call them. So I think it all depends on the individual. Some people would like that. Me personally, I'll go for the middle one to always ask me first.
Okay.
You know, so I might want to increase, I might not want to increase it. And don't send me credit limit increase, you know. Maybe some people are not really keen on increasing their credit.
Okay.
So, but I just like I like the flexibility and the fact that it still gives you the ability to choose as well.
Okay.
You know, yeah.
So yeah, please proceed with the option you'd go for.
I'll go for that one. So yeah, so I'll expect the message as in there, so you'll be notified when you're eligible for increase. You have to accept offer for it to be applied to your account. Yeah, so I prefer that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I like that also that they've just break it down a little bit. So initially, I was thinking they're gonna call me and stuff like that, but I like the fact that it will come up, and then it's down to me to say, okay, I'm gonna accept it or I'm gonna decline it.
So why would you choose that option?
Because personally, it could be that maybe at that moment I might not want the increase on my credit card. So, but then, like I said, I like the fact that I've been given the opportunity to choose. You know, have a choice to maybe either accept it or not. And with that, I reckon that even if I say, okay, I don't want it at that time, they might come back in maybe 6 months. Maybe at that time I might need it when they come back and offer it again. You know, yeah.
Yeah, please proceed. Okay, so let's say a couple of months pass after you selected your preferences and you get a notification about a credit limit increase offer. So can you tell me what's happening here?
So let's have a look. So automatically, if let's say I get a notification, I've gone in there, I'll expect the credit increase to be on the main page.
So what do you mean by that?
So I'll expect it to be somewhere there where I can see it. So something like A Samuel or whatever, and then I have the little thing on there, maybe from 300 to like maybe 500, and then I get the option to now say accept or decline. So like expect it to be on the main page.
Okay. So why are you tapping your?
Well, I want to see whether something else will pop up that gives me the option to go into it. View my offer. Okay.
Is this what you were thinking?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So what's happening here?
So it's not saying that the credit credit limit offer. So they're looking to offer me £4,000. Yes. So it goes continue. So old credit, new credit. Okay. Yeah. So I will expect that as well. The date applied, full name, credit, old credit. Okay. Yeah. So that's fine. So they've added additional £2,000 on there. So I'll expect that.
Okay. How did you find that process?
Very straightforward. Not too It's not complicated. But I'm not sure whether I didn't check properly. But there isn't much about whether the API is going to change or anything like that.
Okay. What would you expect? What information would you expect to see?
I just expect maybe it's still the same API. Or maybe it's going to change, and then maybe I'll expect a call afterwards just to let me know whether in 2 years or in a couple of months maybe there will be any change and stuff like that. Okay. In terms of how much I've got to pay and interest and things like that. And
so when you said you expect to see a call to see if there's any change, do you mean in your credit limit?
No, in terms of like maybe my interest rate is gonna go up and things like that, so because I know so in September sometimes, and then in April, depending on the inflation anyway, and April, sometimes the interest rate always goes up, and at the start of the financial year as well, sometimes they do add the new charges or whatever to it, so I'll expect to have a bit more information on that.
Okay. So if you could go back to the accounts page. So I now like you to imagine, okay, you have decided that you want to use auto enrollment. So how do you think you would change your preferences?
If I need to do the automatic one.
So you want to change it so your credit limit is automatically applied.
Yeah, so I like to probably believe to be somewhere there or go into settings.
Okay, so anywhere else you think you would find these settings?
Let's have a look. Yeah, I'll expect it to be at the top. Yeah, either on the right hand side or the left hand side.
What would you expect to see in manage?
So if I go into settings, so I like to see maybe credit card credit card option or whatever it is, or maybe credit card limit option, and then in there I get then I'll probably be able to tap in. Then I'll have to be able to change it to either automatic credit. Yes, I'll expect it to be in settings.
Okay, so if you go into your manage.
So manage credit limit. Decrease manage credit limit offer. So that's fine.
So you want to change it to your.
I prefer it to be at the top.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's happening here?
So this is the settings. So that's fine. I guess obviously most credit app and bank apps that you use, they've got everything at the top. But I guess over time, when you're used to it, then you see it down there. So I don't think it's a big deal.
So if you go into your manage your credit card, and you wanna manage your credit limit offer.
Just click on that.
So you'd like to automatically apply your increase.
Click on that. After 30 days, if you do not decline, it will return a cap. Yeah, that's fine. So I like that 30 days. Just in case you might have a doubt or you're not sure about it. So I think 30 days is enough for someone to want to make a decision whether they're going to accept it or not. So I think that's nice. And there's no pressure. There's not being like a bit forceful, like, oh, take it.
Mm.
So I think that's decent. 30 days.
So you want to proceed with your.
So I'll click continue.
Okay. So again, some time passes, and you receive this notification.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just going there just to see what's happening.
So you're cautious of having a kind of large credit limit because you're scared that you'll spend too much and you won't be able to pay your bills. So you'd like a credit limit increase, but you don't want the whole amount. Is there any way you think you could alter this offer?
I'll probably go to that and then change it from there.
So what's happening here?
Yeah, so I think obviously the initial one they was offering was £4,000. So if you go into custom credit limit, then no, I think that's brilliant actually. So just in case, just like you've explained, so you're able to amend it and just whatever you're comfortable with. So I like that.
Okay. Yeah. What do you think are the upper and lower limits you could have as a custom credit limit?
Look, I think I like the fact that by the time when I tapped it, it went that straight to 3K. So I like that. So just in case, you're thinking, let me go to 6K and whatever. So what? Just even looking at where everything's set up, I'm getting a feeling that this is someone that they want you to have a good time. They want you to be able to do what you want to do, but not put too much strain on you also. Because you might get excited thinking, oh yeah, do you know what, custom credit. At the end of the day, you guys still trying to make profit, so I understand that. But I feel like just going in there and then went down to 3,000 might actually deter people from thinking, let me ask for 7K.
So what do you think of the upper amount you could have as a custom amount?
I think it would be based on what you guys think regardless anyway. So I might want 7K, but based on whatever information you guys got of my thing, so you probably will decline it. So I feel like it all depends on the individual credit rating and how effective and efficient they are with the money that which you guys are. The information would determine how much I can apply for. But I guess if someone they're very good, if they put 10K, if they be allowed to, they probably will be able to get it. So I think it depends on the individual.
Okay. Okay, fab. So yeah, let's say you want to proceed with 3,000.
Okay, no, so I like that. So it's still that option to choose. Like, okay, we don't want to pressurize you. You can go through it today, or maybe you can wait for another 30 days to have a think about it. So I like that. Right, okay, that's nice. I actually like the bottom bit as well. So it goes applying for a lower credit limit means you can apply for higher for 4 months. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I like that. So it's like, I don't know, but personally, I just feel like, you're not trying to put too much strain on people at the same time, which is very impressive to see. Because I think most people believe that financial institute is just about taking money and putting people in debt, but I like what I'm seeing so far. Just like you're not trying to make people go in debt as well. You're just giving people freedom of choice as well. So.
Okay. So yeah, how would you proceed?
Well, personally, I probably would just apply straight away because I would be thinking maybe in 30 days the offer might not be there, so I probably would just go for so to apply for immediately, and then that's fine. I'll just confirm.
Okay. So then you confirm that. Actually.
Yeah.
So you can pick it. You can pick the phone up. So
Okay.
it might be easier.
No,
That's fine.
It's not going through.
Okay. So you'd expect it to be applied immediately,
Yeah.
and then go through with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're gonna look at one more thing. Okay. So in a bit of a different scenario,
Mm-hmm.
you have just carried out some transactions on your credit card, and you've received this notification.
Right.
Could you tell me what is happening here?
So you've overspent your credit limit. You've gone over your credit limit. So obviously, at the moment, I've got 3K. So even if it's just 2p or £2 or whatever, you get a notification because you've gone over the credit limit. And obviously, I like that as well to prompt you. So just in case you weren't aware of it,
Mm-hmm.
you're able to quickly go in there and make the payment, as opposed to just leaving it and just letting rack up charges.
Okay. So what would you do next?
But then again, I think because most people have got security on their phone, but I'll expect that if I tap that, it would take me in, and that's exactly what happened.
Okay. So what's this page telling you?
So it's just basically say that I've overspent by £200. So now I'm in minus £200 balance. So I'll just probably just obviously just explaining what's happened. So if I wanted to make a payment, so just click on make a payment, and then so if all I wanted to do is just clear the overpay outstanding balance or the excess of 200, I'll probably click on the costing.
Okay.
And it's there automatically as well.
So how much would you? So you said you'd want to clear the balance of the
Yeah.
overpayment. How much would you pay?
I'll pay. Well, it is a thing where I've done it because maybe I've been abroad or whatever. I'll clear the 200, and then just try and come back and clear the balance, or maybe pay a little bit more. But if I'm able to clear all of it there and there, then I'll just do it.
Okay. So why do you think you've gone over limit?
Oh,
What's your understanding of that?
yeah, I think with this day and age when you get to tap, it's so easy to just go over that. But I think with what you guys are doing so far, maybe there could be a little thing there that's just send you a little quick text messages just to say that you've now maxed out your. Ideally, I believe that as an adult, as a responsible individual, you're meant to know what's going on with your cards and stuff. But sometimes, you especially when you travel, you're just in and with the family as well. You're in that mood where you're just spending. So maybe when you're getting nearer or you've done over 90% of that credit, then you can get a notification like a text.
Okay.
Just
So you'd expect kind of comms from Onmo when you hit
yeah,
90%?
just in case. Okay, like I think you're getting too excited with spending now.
Is there anything else you think Onmo could do to stop this from happening?
Yeah, but then again, we've got to be realistic. I'm still a business at the end of the day. So I think the text, personally, I think the text is enough, and because at least that's a little prompt to say okay. And then if they don't, because you still got to make profit, and part of how you guys make profit is when people go overdrawn and stuff like that. So yeah, so I think the text is enough personally.
Okay.
You can't do more than that.
And what would you do next?
So let's say I do the custom amount. So put that in there. I'll expect to
So you
take me
tap
to the next page.
Tap
Yeah.
the keyboard. No, sorry, down. Just.
Point there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll expect that. And then put my details in there. Yeah. So I'll
So
expect
you want to
that.
use a new account.
So if I wanted to do a new one, just click on that and then put all the details in, and maybe save it or not save it.
Yeah, please proceed. No, so if you put the details in.
Okay, I said that already. So yeah. Yep, and I'll click on confirm.
How do you find that process?
Straightforward, not complicated, easy as well, and yeah, it's just straightforward, easy to use as well. It's not complicated at all.
Okay. Okay, so if you go back to your account, okay, so you've been using, obviously, like you said, you've been using your credit card for some time now. Let's imagine you're out of the over limit situation, back to kind of everyday spending.
Yeah.
But you've also been using your debit account for some time.
Okay.
So I'd like you to imagine that you're out for dinner with one of your pals, and they pay the bill, so you need to transfer them some money for your part. They provide you with their bank details. So how would you do this?
So I can see transfer money there already. So I'll just click on that. So obviously, if I've already got the details, it just makes it easier. If not, I go to new payee, put the names in there and everything else, confirm it, put the amount I wanted to transfer, use the payment reference, and select the date that I want the money to go out.
Okay, so you want to enter the transfer amount. Okay. So it's a one-off. You want to make a one-off payment.
A one-off payment. Okay, so I'll click on the one-off payment.
Okay. I don't know if that's not working. Okay, so yeah, if you proceed. Oh, sorry, I connected this up. Sorry. So I think it's frozen. That's why. Okay, so you make it. Sorry, yeah, it was frozen.
No,
So
that's
you were.
okay.
There you go.
Thank you. I think it's frozen again, you know.
No, have you hit confirm pay?
No.
Why is that not working? Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Sorry. This is my glitchy prototyping. There you go. Sorry.
Thank you. So one left payment, yeah. Okay, that's fine. Just one account for the family. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I would expect all that as well. Just to know who I'm making the payment to and what for. So click on next. Okay, yeah, standard warning. Okay, preview. Oh, okay, that's nice. Yeah. Oh no, I like the bottom bit. So
So
just
what's
in
happening
case.
here?
Yeah, so it's just giving you the preview of the transaction you're about to make. So, and I actually like the fact it says change payment details. So maybe, because someone like myself, I don't like to, if someone paid, I like to transfer it there and there.
Yeah.
So even while we're still out there, I'm doing it. So for example, if you never know, you might have had maybe a bit more than normal, and then you've put the wrong details. So I like the fact that it actually gives you that option there to change it there and there. Because I think most bank app, when you go on it, you have to now go all the way back to the start to now put the details. So I actually like the fact that even though I've done all of that, I can still change the details, and I don't have to go to the start of it. So I like that.
So what would you expect to happen when you select that?
So if I select that, I'll expect that to open up, and then put the details in there and stuff like that, all the details, just in case I'm out for the wrong details.
What details would you expect to be able
I'll
to edit?
expect all of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to proceed with this.
Yeah, but I don't use facial recognition.
Yeah, so for this instance you've got biometric
Yeah.
set up, but if you didn't use Face ID, what would you expect to do at that stage?
So I'll probably get I don't know, with this OTP or whatever they call it. I think something they'll call it OTP, where they send you a text. I think about 6-digit number, and then you just got to put it in there. I think with Monzo, you use your password that you've created or whatever. So either that. So just in case you're not a facial recognition type of person, so just get some sort of security thing just to confirm that payment.
Where would your preference be? So you obviously OTP or passcode?
I prefer the passcode because I think you can start coming out and you're looking for text messages and stuff. But I think with iPhone, if you get that, it automatically comes up anyway, and then you can just tap on it and then it goes into it. But I think the passcode is better.
Okay. So I'd like to imagine I need to set up a standing order. So how do you think you would set up a standing order in your debit order?
I'll go into manage and then there it is. It goes on manage standing order. I'll create it.
So you want to create a new one?
A new one.
To pay. So this is to pay your rent each month to your flatmate.
Okay, let's just go back. Create a standing order. Okay. Yeah. So that I'll put rent.
I can see it here. It's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll put rent. So save 860. Yeah, if I click on that, I'd expect it to have the option to choose whatever day of the month. And maybe the option to save is weekly as well. So just in case.
Yeah, you want it the first of the month monthly.
Yeah, so that's that. So I do that.
So you don't have a new pays. You don't have their details. Sorry, that was.
So I'll put all the details in there.
Okay.
Yeah, and review it. Okay. Yeah, so that's fine. So I think with this one now, let's just say I've got the wrong name, then that means I've got to go back, which is not too bad anyway.
Okay.
But I probably would prefer you guys to just have that change details at the reviews, just at the review page of all the direct debit standing order and stuff like that.
You want the ability to kind of edit this across the board.
So even though, let's be honest, it's not too complicated with this one. All you've got to do is just go back and the thing is there. But then again, I feel like if I can still have it there, it makes it more nicer. So so just check all of it, and that's that, and then just create it. Yeah.
Okay. Fab. How do you find that process?
Straightforward. Not complicated. It's very easy as well. So, and the interface as well just look very simple. And I like the colour as well, because sometimes you go to some other apps and stuff like that, and it's just too much. But and I like the fact that you've done the direct debit standing order separate. So I think with Halifax, when you go in there, they've just got, I think they've got same as direct debit and standing order, if I can remember. So then you've got to go into another option and then choose that one. But whereas with this one, it's just, you go in there, it's a standing order direct debit, so you know what you're doing straight away.
Okay. So yeah, feel free to navigate around the app. Just got a couple of questions to kind of wrap up your experience today. So most of that's not set up for direct debit. So
Okay. That's fine.
so kind of overall, what was your experience with the app we've looked at today?
Yeah. I think it's pretty easy to use. It's very, very easy to use. I've got Monzo, and I think Monzo's it's still a bit complicated with Monzo. The way they've now even changed everything, you know. So, but I think with you guys, when it's pretty straightforward as well. What's going on?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, so that's fine. So I actually like the managed bit just down there. You know, it's different. So most other ones, their one is just at the top. So and then yeah, so I like this as well. You're able to go in there and just manage all things. It's pretty straightforward. There's not too much stuff, so it's easy to know what you're looking for as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like I said with Monzo, you have to tap in and tap in and tap in. But with that one there, it just tells you manage your direct debit, manage your credit limit, order a new card as well. With Monzo, you have to go to help, and then it says order a new card and all of this. Why do you want to order a new card and stuff? But if I wanted to order a new card, I just know like I go in there, it's literally there. I don't need to start looking for it.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then the statement as well. It's pretty easy. You don't have to start going there and all of that. So I just just stand there and I know what I'm looking for, and then I can customize it. So yeah, so I like that. And I think most of the other big banks as well, it's a bit hard to get a statement on the app, so you have to log on.
Okay.
So yeah, so I like that fact that you can do it on the app. So yeah.
So over how did you find the experiences of increasing your credit limit, for example?
I think that's very easy. And I like the fact that you've been given the choice and the options to say, okay, let me defer it, let me take it straight away. And also, it's just not the ability to choose how much you wanted as well. You know, so as opposed to just saying, oh, this is it, £4,000. You know, whether you want 2,800, 2,500, you've got that ability to change it. So I like that. Overall, I think it's pretty easy. Like I said, I use Monzo like for my daily, everyday thing, and it can be a bit tedious sometimes. So, but I like this where you just know where everything is. You go in there, you know what you're doing straight away.
Mm-hmm.
And the most fascinating thing is the fact that when you get to that review page, you can actually change that details there. I really like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you say you had a magic wand and you could change anything about the app today, what would it be and why?
Well, with what I've done like so far within the past few minutes or whatever, personally, at this point, I wouldn't change anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't change anything. Yeah, like I said, it's so easy to use, and the fact that it's not all like too packed up. You know, everything is just boom, boom, boom. You can see it. You know, so even this credit breakdown as well, I kind of like that as well. I think with Halifax, you don't have that. When you go into it, you get all of this on the same page, and it just makes it so stretched out. Whereas with that one, with this one now, you don't have to really go into it. You don't have to, but the option is there for you. So all you can see is just the most recent transaction. So yeah.
Okay. I had a question, but I can't remember what it was. No, I think that's all. Do you have any questions for me or?
No, that's fine. But where's the company from?
Pardon?
Is it a UK?
Yeah. So this is a co-working space, but this is our office. So.
Oh, okay.
Around the corner.
Oh, so I thought maybe it might be some sort of like Scandinavia with that name.
No.
Like it is kind of okay.
No. Oh, yeah. London based.
Oh, wow, okay.
But yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, thank you very much, Sophia. I'm just going to stop everything now here. Perfect. So, what will happen is your incentive will be sent to you to the email that you've supplied to
Yeah.
Kate, the recruiter, no later than Friday.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we've got some testing tomorrow, so imagine, because finance do it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. And if you do remember or whatever, you can just pop me an email.
Yeah, it'll all be done to that. Well, thank you very much for your
Yeah,
time,
that's
really
all right.
appreciate it.
No, that's okay. Thanks for the opportunity as well.
Of course, no worries.